Korea as tensions continue to flare in the region. Jeffrey Feltman, the UN's political affairs chief, will spend a rare four-day tour meeting top officials at the invitation of Pyongyang. Well, with me to discuss this is our Asia-Pacific regional editor, Celia Hatton. Celia, this is quite a rare meeting, the first in 6 years, and quite an interesting person to choose to send there.
Absolutely. Well, he does have a very senior rank within the UN. He's a respected diplomat, but as you said, he's an American citizen. He's a former UN ambassador. So it's interesting that he is going there at this time. He said some quite interesting things in the past on North Korea. He's going to say things I'm sure that the North Koreans aren't really going to like to hear. He is a proponent of UN sanctions against North Korea. He said that North Korea's weapons programs have put millions at unnecessary risk. So Kim Jong-un and the North Koreans have asked repeatedly for for UN sanctions to be relaxed. I don't think Jeffrey Feltman's going to agree with that idea, but he's also pushed the idea of the UN as a body that really can foster dialogue. He pointed out that past talks involving the North Koreans and the United States and other players in the region, the so-called six-party talks, well, they're basically defunct. And he pointed out that all of those 6 countries all belong to the UN. It's the only forum where they can all interact. So he really is pushing the idea that the UN can play a key role in some kind of peace negotiation in the future.
The timing of this is very interesting, given these drills are taking place between the US and South Korea.
Absolutely. I mean, oddly, so the North Koreans apparently issued an informal invitation to Mr. Feltman to travel to Pyongyang back in September, but they only issued the formal invitation allowing him to come on November 30th. That was one day after their most recent missile test. And you have to wonder, why now? And it could be maybe because the North Koreans are feeling quite confident right now in their weapons development, or perhaps humanitarian concerns are of an issue. We're heading into a long winter in North Korea. Around 70%, Mr. Feltman has said himself, around 70% of North Koreans are really insecure in when it comes to food. So it could be that they really need some humanitarian help. So maybe that's one of the issues they're going to discuss as well.
And Celia, just briefly, I mean, at the weekend, these war of words continue to escalate with North Korea's foreign ministry saying, Washington is begging for war. So, the tensions continue in the backdrop of
Absolutely. So I don't think really much is going to come out directly from Jeffrey Feltman's trip to North Korea. But yes, I mean, I think many people see the fact that he is traveling there might help to bring tensions down because, yes, it's the largest ever joint Air Force drill we've ever seen between the U.S. Involving the U.S. and South Korea, involving 230 jets. It is quite concerning. The risk of miscalculation that could lead to some kind of escalation, some kind of violence really has mounted. And I think really the UN's intervention, the arrival of a senior UN person in Pyongyang really can only help to diffuse tensions at this point.
And so crucial right now. Celia, thank you so much for your